But I honestly don't mind the Dragon Knight much either here. I think this is a nice pick from Secret for a different reason. So what the other two suggestions I just mentioned don't bring to the table is that tower push that they want. And it's also a reliable point-click stun for their TA to deal damage, to protect the egg. Because realistically, you're going to use a Supernova, and then you want to protect that with the Dragon Knight and the Puck, primarily. And Dragon Knight can either stun the SNapfire if she comes close with the little Shredder to try to take down the egg, or can stun the Troll if he's going for the egg with that Fervor. So, I think it's a good solution. Dragon Knight is also one of the heroes that can just stand and get Troll ultied without dying right away, right? Yep. Like you can actually just stand your ground. It's kind of like a pseudo-Mars in that regard against Troll. You're naturally tanky, you have that stun, you have the damage reduction from Breathe Fire. So yeah, I kind of doubted Secret in game number 1 based on draft. I think this time around I favor Liquid less than I did in the first game, so let's see if I'm just totally wrong about Dota as usual, or if
it's okay. You'll be back where you used to be when neutral items are deleted. Then you'll understand Dota again.
Oh, that's very likely. Flocked and I will come back to Pro if they do that. We're gonna have a great time.
That's good.
We're gonna rebuild Stake Gaming.
Oh, good, and then my career will go downhill again when you leave. So thank you, Cinderin.
What will go downhill?
My career.
Oh. Yeah.
Moment of silence for my career in the past. So, okay. I was going to make this a little bit more of a serious conversation, but of course I do have one more comment. So, the build last game for Matu was super strange. What is the equivalent for Troll Warlord? What could you go that is just as strange?
Mom Deso.
The same items. Okay. Just double checking that. As he is going to get Dragon Tailed. I mean, I feel like Troll Warlord is a little bit more of a cookie cutter build in general. Like there's some variations, but for the most part, it's insane. He's taking a lot of damage. Has to be careful. Will eat the treat. And both players will go their respective ways. But Troll, I feel like there's like 1 or 2 builds.
Yeah, it's a pretty limited hero. It's very one-dimensional, right? You either generally see the Battlefield build or you see the Maelstrom build. And then from there, you have to usually get either a lot of status resistance and mobility, or you get a BKB. Like, those are the options. Basically 0 exceptions, really. I think in this game, Matu is probably going to go the Maelstrom route. I think it's very good against TA. You get that extra damage instance. You can consider a Manta as well to break Refraction.
That feels bad on Troll.
It's not great. So I don't think that's going to be a thing. Nice arrest.
Zayat is dead, and Matu will get the first blood. So he'll be on his way to that Desolator Mask of Madness ASAP. As Zayat's getting pressured a bit.
They take quite a lot of advantage of the fact that, so the way Zayat's played this lane so far was that he was facing the Venge a lot 1v1 out in the jungle, and then Troll was laning 1v1 against Dragon Knight. But the fact here is that Venge did get level 2 first, and Zayat's didn't have the dive, and they immediately take advantage of that to get that first blood. So nice from Liquid to identify that they have that moment of opportunity. I think if they don't pounce on it right then, they just don't fight that kill, because Zayat's was close to level 2. Plays a very good Phoenix, I might add. So I think that is a player to watch in this game. Like we've talked about last game, Zayat's being the stand-in in Secret, a little bit of a question mark how well he's going to perform with the team, but they've definitely set him up for success by putting him on clock in game 1, and now Phoenix game 2 is, from my perspective, one of Zayat's absolute best heroes, this one. I wouldn't actually put Clockwork up that high in his repertoire, but obviously...
After last game, maybe.
He just plays very well on a lot of different heroes, so for a hero to be your like 5th or 10th best, it could still be great. He's just like a specialist on certain other heroes. I think most people will know him for his Io and Treant, probably, but Phoenix maybe in the top 3 as well.
Yeah, and we have a Vengeful Spirit this game that we saw Insania playing. Not the most traditional pick. We can talk about in just a second. It's the Cookie Connect to the Dawnbreaker. Poppy able to dodge that last proc though, but the hammer's there anyway. So Liquid get themselves their 2nd kill of the game.
His lane is so strong, by the way. Dawn Snap.
Yeah, both tanky, strengthy. As Insania.
It's called Strong.
Strong, strengthy. Yep. Very strengthy, very girthy. What if they just change strength attribute to be called girth? I'd actually like that quite a bit as Insania. All right, he's going to get Dragon Tailed, and with those Fire Spirits will tick down as Zayat ends up getting the benefit of the doubt there. But he's going to get chased now by Matu. He's out of mana, but turns into range for him. Zayat's able to pop that stick.
Breathe Fire also coming in handy there. Obviously a 1 value point here. 1 point wonder, 25% damage reduction on all levels. I reckon he's probably going to get the left talent as well here on DK3, so we'll get that extra 30% damage reduction. That is another benefit to this hero that we...
Oh, Avatar, that's enough. Nisha played that pretty greedy, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That was close though.
Dire's middle
As the bottle was refilled by Mickey.
This is actually, the more I look at this, the more I like the Dragon Knight pick. I don't know how big of a part this played in the role for choosing it, but you're playing against heroes that are very physical based, right? Tiny, Troll. You get that level 10 talent with Breathe Fire damage reduction. It goes from 25% to 55.
Yep.
Could become an X factor that it's sometimes one of those invisible things because it's not really shiny in fights. You don't really see it that much, but it's just the hidden death basically, or you're saving your entire team.
It's an even more subtle Wraith Pact.
Kinda, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You just actually never, it's not like some big fiery skull you have to look at.
Well, usually Dragon Knight also takes more than 4 hits to kill, so.
Yes, that is true. Usually. I've seen some in my pubs at least. Mickey's gonna get a haste.
If they go Mom Deso, they might be dying in 4 hits.
That's true. I've probably seen that at some point. Top lane. Ice.
He's in trouble.
He's
no
in
stick
quite a bit of
targets.
trouble. It's a couple nets for Matu. Nice blocks coming out from Insania, and Matu's going to clean that up pretty nicely.
Kind of greedy not buying stick against Troll, wouldn't you say? Like, I feel like in this lane, Troll Venge, you want to have a stick on Dragon Knight. You get that mana reimbursement, you get the extra health, and in that situation, he was killable because he couldn't get a stun off. He didn't have the mana for it.
Yeah, he has double braceler Soul Ring.
I think one of these bracers should probably be a wand, and you go 1 bracer Soul Ring. I feel like that's just... It's not like an every game thing, but against Troll Venge, I would be a big fan of getting a magic stick early on in the lane.
Yeah. And I do want to... Okay, I don't know if this is... I mean, obviously this is way too early to talk about his puppy. Hammer just clips him. Cookie's going to keep him in place. That sets up a nice Starbreaker.
I
and like
love
you said,
Dawn.
she is very good. But when Marcy does this, you get angry. What's the difference?
That's because I love Dawn and not Marcy.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Because the skill of yourself in game does not translate to Marcy, which is more of a zoomer hero, right? You got to be all over the place.
Yes.
You have boomer hands, so you need the Starbreaker to just basically not let you do anything. You hit one button, and the hero does a 360.
Troll's my favorite carry. I press alt, and then I hope I win. I actually
don't
never
get
play
kited.
Troll.
Yeah, Troll is
That's not my
is
carry.
a real pain.
But what really is, though?
But I feel like even though position for SNapfire, I'm not sure if he's going to find the farm in this game, but Aghanim Scepter is extremely good as we're going to hold that thought as Ice. Pops that Dragon form. But you can see Boxy has made his rotation, gets off the cookie. He's going to set up the nice stun into the Magic Missile as well. First Solar Guardian of the game, but Ice able to sidestep it just a bit, but they still find the stun nonetheless. A 2-for-1. His rotation from Nisha taking out Insania.
Liquid were very ready for that. They brought the numbers. Yeah, effectively Nisha's rotation does nothing here. Mickey will also get the 8-minute rune, so a little bit of a bonus. And Nisha used the orb there. Let's see Mickey do some serious damage.
Yeah. Waning Rift is there, though. And yeah, they're trying to set up the cookie, but thinking better of it is Zayats has now come to refill the bottle. And Nisha. Okay, they're going to get off the coil. And you can see the Sunray doing a ton of damage. It is a tiny after all, but he breaks the coil pretty much right off the bat, and no worse for wear. Meanwhile, Ignite, Puppy, Boxy is gonna get stunned. Looking to try to deny himself to Roche, but no. I say that, he's just gonna cookie across the cliff.
He's in trouble.
But Zayat still continuing. Get those fire spirits off. They now have dissipated. As Matu's in the area, has the whirling axes available. Puppy gets off the fire blast. Ignite is off. Finally, Boxy goes down. We'll see if they can clean up anybody else. Matu looks like he'll be just fine.
What a great 1v1 Dragon Knight versus Troll is to watch them fight each other. It's so exhilarating. One guy stuns the other, does 150 damage, and then the second guy can start fighting back for 30 damage per attack. It's
good stuff.
It's wonderful. None of them was interested, so they both left.
Can you talk to me about the Venge pick?
One now.
What makes this a good Venge game?
I think Liquid were looking for something to amp up their Tiny and Dawnbreaker's damage, and also to have I don't know if they already had a plan in mind for their last pick, which ends up being this Troll, but just, you know, the Vengeful aura is very, very strong this game, having the Vengeance aura. Aside from that, I don't see a very obvious part. There's like nothing you really need or want to swap. I guess Coil, it can be nice, because what did they see at the time, right? They saw Puck, Phoenix
Radiant's middle tower
I believe
as the
is
two
under
heroes, so it was not an obvious pick by any means. Nice escape there from Zayats, just barely gets out.
If that's true, you still get the coil break, but usually at a distance that you don't really mind.
Yeah, and you can choose to break the coil, right? That's the thing. A lot of the times, carries or cores don't want to break that coil, but now you can just do it and then get swapped, and then you're very safe. Instead of the Venge swapping you out of coil, which might take you less far away than if you were to just run it out yourself first.
Zai getting gone on it by Puppey, but Matu has come to play, but little do they know, a bunch of TPs have come in for Secret now. Zai trying to TP out, will be successful.
Both just
And
gonna
Matu,
win here.
yeah, he looks fine as well. I thought for sure Secret was going to get at least one there.
Yep. If they Dragon Tail the Dawn, they definitely get the Dawn kill, but wanted to get the high value target in the Troll, but damage just not available. Just run away, no coil. As Nisha is sitting mid. By Nisha's standards on Puck, a relatively quiet early game so far, I have to say. The farm is there. He's got 75 CS minute 11, so that's good. Closing in on that Witchblade, but hasn't really found the... Sometimes, you know, we see these early rotations from Nisha on the Puck where he finds a double kill or saves someone. Hasn't really been there. It's been all Liquid on the moves. They find another puppy kill.
Yeah, Liquid very active. This is a pretty good Solar Guardian game too, I feel like. Like, even if you can't swap somebody out of coil, just being able to heal through the coil and just fight seems pretty good. Against Egg as well, to some degree.
Whatever role I play on Dawn, I love playing with setup stuns in my team, right? So I feel like it's a spell that is... Oh, there we go. There is another case of that. They just burst Nisha with the Avatos Dagger reveal plus the Dawn ult. So...
Yep.
The Dawn ult is inherently, as a spell in isolation, is not particularly good, in my opinion. It's not that great of a spell, except the transportation aspect of it.
Oh my!
Okay.
All right, was that worth the invis? It could be. We don't know.
Yeah.
Rhetorical question.
Could have become worse if the invis was on a liquid core. But the thing about Dawn is, if you do have stuns setting you up, your game becomes so much more straightforward. It's like, Venge stun somebody, you ult on them. Tiny combo somebody, you ult on them. You get a cookie, you ult on them. So you don't only have to rely on using it as like a turnaround ability and like clutch situations on your teammates, but you can just use your hero very offensively, which feels way nice.
Zai gets coil, will break it right off the bat, and there is the swap. And it looks like the consolation kill for Secret will possibly be insane. He's going to get cookied to safety potentially. It's off the Wave of Terror. And yeah, they will eventually find him, but that is not the target they wanted. And we'll see if Secret are able to take out the tier 1 since they already have the Dragon Form popped. There is an avalanche and the toss all the way back into the fray. Zayats gets blown up. But now Ignite will multicast onto 2 as Ice able to get out the Dragon Form, or the Dragon Tail I should say, as the Mortimer Kisses coming from afar. Looks like Puppey just trying to have a 1v1 battle with the Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker does not hit though. Zai able to horsey to safety and will TP out. But Mickey's the one in trouble now. Looks like he's going to be the consolation kill, and that's a big consolation for Secret.
Really nice jump
the
there
tier 1.
from Crystallis and Nisha. I think, I'm not sure if we're going to get a replay of that, but I think off camera they together teamed up on killing off the SNapfire. So we only saw 2 Mortimer Kisses come out. That would have more than likely threatened Ice's life and stopped their own offense, but taking that SNapfire out as a priority in that fight turned out to be a really good idea. That led to a bonus kill as well on that Tiny. So a little bit of a recovery here. This is still looking great for Liquid in this early game with this lead they've managed to grab themselves, but Secret get a big value reveal there on the Witchblade in this fight out of Nisha, and I think he claimed the second kill if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he got the Mickey bounty, so already progressing toward his next item. Wonder if it's going to be Dagger or... Okay, he bought something. He is going Treads first. Okay.
Wow!
And not too crazy. But
Unbelievable. Treads, you say?
yeah. To Treads, you say?
Who has a better Roach team? TA obviously known to get Death, so that helps, and Troll can just solo it at some point.
I think if both teams walked up to Roche right now and they took turns at trying to kill it, the Dire kills it faster. But they're Dire.
Yep.
So,
well, little
who has the
Shredder
better
plus
team?
Troll and Wave of Terror. That's a lot of minus armor. That does help. Yeah, I would agree. I think they have the advantage throughout the whole game, actually. Yeah, but the Roche Pit, like the fight itself, is kind of scary with
It's
egg.
very good for Secret.
Coil Egg is pretty strong.
Coil Egg. Also, TA traps are just... It's, again, it's one of those subtle things that we talked about with Breathe Fire. It might not get that much attention in the fight, but it's just one of those things that really makes a big difference. You have a little bit of vision, or you get a trap on 2 heroes because you're already set up pre. It's one of the things that TA is very good at, is zone control. That's why this hero, I think, a big part of why it has a high win rate when it's ahead is that it starts covering different slopes of the map.
Ice is getting belched on by Boxy. Gets off his stun and the ult. Sunray to try to heal him up, but he's going to get stunned out of the TP. And down goes Ice, and his ult is going to be down when he's up, as Puppey will be the second kill in favor of Liquid.
Easy pick for them. Matsu's getting huge. So we've got Maelstrom, Falcon Blade, and now into BKB. So pretty standard. I would say the Falcon Blade is a little bit optional. I don't think trolls always buy this. Sometimes they will settle for the wand, or yeah, it's actually generally just that, right? It's about whether you get the Falcon Blade as a build-up item for the Maelstrom or not. But with how good of a game he's having, I think it's completely fine. Crystalist also working on his BKB. It's the item on TA this game. You need a solution against all of this. Like the panel talked about, all of this damage that just burns through refraction, the Dawnbreaker, the Snapfire, the Avalanche. You have to be able to stand your ground at least somewhat. The matchup against Troll is actually pretty interesting because TA is one of the carries against Troll that can both suffer and thrive depending on how the fight starts. So you have the traps that can slow and kite the Troll pretty well, and you do have heavy physical burst if you do get some sort of lockdown, but at the same time, if he gets on top of you, he can burn through that refraction and just beat you in a fist fight. So gotta be know your limits.
Insania, he's gonna tank the gank, which I think Liquid's gonna be more than happy with.
That's great. We're gonna find this ward. Oh, never mind, it was their own, so no dire ward there. It's further up. Zayats was guessing there might be one there because Insania obviously just got caught in the area, but he placed the one higher up on the other hill. Close to where Zai is. By the way, Zai rushing BKB, no shard. He's going dagger, so...
Oh, wow. Okay.
Makes me wonder what the game plan is for Dawn. Like, who are you going to blink and destroy here? You're not particularly good against Phoenix. You're not good against Puck at all at doing this. Dawn and TA and Dragon Knight will generally tank through it. So
how does it work again with if you Starbreaker and then blink right at the end? Isn't it instant if you time it right?
Yeah, if you have the right facing, you can go in and get the stun, but I mean, it's not that great, right? Like then
yeah, it's a very short stun.
You get a little bit of a short knock-up stun, and you paid 2k gold for it. You could have bought another value item. Usually when Dawns go for a BKB dagger, it's because it's like a clear-cut target that you jump and it has a huge impact on the fight, whether it's like a saving support in the backline or some sort of key ultimate like Enigma or, you know, whatever. Here, I'm not seeing the immediate obvious reason. Maybe the perspective is he wants to get on top of the TA right away. Just threaten her, take her out of the fight so Dawn's team can do something else. Maybe that's the idea, or betting Sunray, maybe?
Definitely unusual.
It doesn't feel like the obvious BKB dagger yet.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna...
It is coming out. He's committing.
Get in either way. As the BKB aligns for Matu.
I just realized how poor Ice is. I mean, it's Dragon Knight offlane, right? Like, this is bound to happen, but when you do go for this dagger build with 2 bracers, treads, soul ring, and 1, you've basically bought every single build-up item your hero wants to buy. So all the bigger items coming after are just delayed that little bit unless you get that immediate payout. So the shard you would have liked to have a couple minutes ago and start, you know, continuing to build up your farm with that fireball. But for now, he's a little bit limited.
Speaking of fire... we have Fire Shield online for Puppey.
Yep.
That shard. That's going to be pretty nice against the Troll Warlord jump. As we do have...
I wonder how it works against Dawn. It might actually work really well against Starbreaker. Because that, I believe that is just counted as one instance of physical damage.
Yep,
I don't know if it's counted as an attack in the same way. So for example, Coil Spray won't break Fire Shield, right? Even though it's physical damage. But I think Starbreaker still is considered an attack modifier. So
yeah, if it procs like Echo Saber, Death, all that stuff, then it should work that way. But you never know. You never know. You know, if Jeff Hill's watching, then he paying close attention.
Good old Jeffy.
Jeffy, my boy. As Zayat purchases a shard for himself. So.
You know what they say about him? He looks at Reddit and then he fixes it in a Jeffy.
God, that was a dad joke.
That was really bad, and that's why it's good. I know you loved it.
I did like it, actually. Yeah. I'm sure your dog, Onion, would have appreciated that as well. We have the Solar Guardian coming in with a swap instantly. Insania saving yet another teammate. The egg is under peril, and they're going to drop it.
Radiant's top
And Mickey taking a lot of right clicks, though. A nice coil onto 2, but can they finish off the Tiny? It doesn't look like they can yet. Instead, they're going to turn this around onto Chrysalis. Finally, Mickey does die. It's a 2 for 2 to start. There's a big scatter blast comes in as Nisha with the illusory orb. They've lost 3 members for Secret, but same for Liquid.
Yeah. Considering that supernova was brought down as it was by Liquid, I think Secret should take that even trade and be pretty happy with it.
Oh my.
All right, lots of pressure from Nisha. This might not only be an even trade, they might get the mid-tier 1. You already have Dragon Knight getting to work. It will be glyphed. The siege creep is not able to connect yet because of the dire siege creep slowing it down here on the hill. Now it will, though. But the heroes for Liquid are respawning and Troll will cover, so not getting it right. So yeah, we're going to see this initiation here. It's really important for Liquid currently that Chrysalis does not have the BKB. We're talking about that being a key item for TA. Has the Dragonlance as well as Deso, but is just getting zoned off here, right? Like Zai as well as Insania are really pressuring him here together with Matsu now connecting. So they identify that this is the kill they need to get. Back to live, Phoenix down.
Yeah, that is a good start for Liquid. Coil onto 3.
Middle tower is under attack.
But not sure if we followed up with anything, but Nisha continue to right-click with that Witchblade. Starbreaker onto the other side. Zai, he pops that BKB, and Ice is putting himself in a terrible spot. Avatos blows him up, and now Nisha without Coil might just have to get the hell out of here. Getting chased by Zai now. And Mickey extremely low, actually drops the puppy's Ignite. And Nisha continuing the pressure onto Zai. The Waning Rift is there. He cannot go to the hammer. Not that it would have saved his life anyway. So despite losing Ice in such a weird spot there, Secret end up punishing Liquid.
Look at the damage recap. I was like, I feel like Puck is doing a lot of damage. I don't know. And then I check it out, and he did like 2/3 of his team's damage in that team fight.
That's Witchblade.
Like, Nisha is genuinely just all the time he's finding 2 or 3 man orbs, silences, and using the Witchblade non-stop off cooldown. Really putting Secret on his back right now, doing a lot of work. Look at the total fight damage for the game. More than the next 2 heroes combined on his team. Just getting amazing value. And it's not like it's I mean, it is a pretty damn good Puck game, right? But it's not completely free. We have seen him die the twice earlier in this game, mainly to a tiny combo with Avatos. But at this point, he's reached so much tankiness that he can play with a lot more confidence. You've got the Sanj Kaya as well as the Witchblade. Puck is pretty tanky at this point, right? Level 20, 2.4k health. That's not what you used to seeing on Puck in the past, right?
Yeah,
this is
I feel like the model
went at 1500, but
I feel like the model of Puck should grow some girthiness. Right? Getting back to that word again, the more HP you get.
So every hero should just grow bigger as they gain strength.
Just like Undying with his ult.
Oh yeah, and every time Dawn levels up, her strength gain is just like...
That's right. Yeah.
When she's 25, she can squeeze the mid tower between her thighs.
Dawnbreaker and Marcy, they don't need any items to get that growth because their strength growth is so good to begin with. This conversation is very interesting indeed. Ice, Elder Dragon form. Starting to hit this tier 2 tower.
Oh, Nisha?
Yeah. Oh, does not get the Waning Rift off onto Zai, so he's able to blink to safety. Haven't really seen the blink do too much yet. Nisha TPing out, but you can see reinforcements from Liquid. They will be defending this tier 2 with that fort and a TP from Insania. Mortimer's Kisses. They want to try to slow up this retreat from Secret and Puppy.
Oh, he's toast.
Yeah, resigned to his death, but Secret still have the Aegis.
Nice cooked chicken. It's the mount. You love cosmetics.
That's true. That's your least favorite Arcana, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I know I'm right, because we talked about this many times. Nisha. By the way, I have to just really quickly mention, the reason I said your dog in that thing is because I said it was a dad joke, and you're a dad now.
Oh.
A dad of a dog.
Okay, that was very...
I know.
A bit far-fetched, but...
I know. It's a little too advanced for you.
That's very advanced.
Need to get you a firmware update or something like that. as SNapfire actually has a blink dagger along with the shard, so we're going to see that shotgun. I was questioning whether we'd see the Aghanim Scepter because it's actually a really good Ags game throwing in the Troll Warlord, but
it is.
The blink scatter blast is insane. Avatos for Mickey, and speaking of roasted chicken,
yeah, scatter blast is probably pretty hot too. So
true, it is a shotgun.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good kill combo, the Snap plus Tiny in this sense. A lot of the time though, when you do go the Blink Shard on Snap, you need to be careful not to get out of position, right? Because there are a lot of heroes in the Radiant side here that can punish you when you go in for that offensive play, whereas the Axe is a lot safer for you to play that backline and also get the value out of your ult. Also a matter of BKBs, right? The biggest upside I think to the build in this game is that they might have a secondary burst and catch for Puck, right? I think that's a really leading factor in this game for his choice to go this route rather than the Ags one. Because I'm with you, I think it looks like a great Ags game for not only because of who you can throw in, but who you can get them on top of, right? TA really doesn't like getting Ags bombed by Snap because heroes come up nice, close, and personal when you don't want them to. Similar story for a hero like Puck. If you get caught out of fog,
well, we got the smoke. Crystallis, he's going to get bloodlusted. He's going to bottle the DD.
Oh my god, he is so strong. So Bloodlust, DD, Aegis, and a 9-seconder. He is ready to roll. This is a big moment for Secret if they find a fight.
Yeah, they might just find it. Puppy leading the charge. And Insania, again, will tank the gank. So Liquid, again, happy with that. If they can get out with everybody. Boxy TPing out will be fine. You know, same with Mickey.
The old +2 used to be Silencer. Oh, well, the people who say -2 more than +2 because Dota players love focusing on the negative. But every kill Crystallis gets, it's 2 damage on that Deso, you know, even though it's not the biggest kill on bench, it adds up.
Yep, that is true.
It does definitely add up over the course of a game like this. So
Dire's bottom tower
is a little bit of
gone.
Anti-synergy from Liquid with the swap and Solar Guardian. You're not really getting, like, it hasn't happened every time, but a couple times the Solar Guardian is Ice blinks in, not going to find anybody. Solar Guardian isn't really getting anything other than a Zai to the party because he's not really getting the heal off if the swap is on that same target.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see if they try to coordinate that a little bit differently. Obviously, it's really hard to do in the heat of the battle. As you can see, Troll now with the Basher and Satanic.
Yeah, Matu is enormous. They need to get him under control, which is difficult because he has that BKB.
The Avalanche is going to catch Puppy, but you can see the heals coming through. The big Dragon Tail as well, but there is the cookie. Looks like Puppy's the first to fall. He will buy back into the game. Crystallis focusing on Zai. Gets off his ult and will live as a result. Nope, he dies to the right click of TA, but basically global range. And there's the swap. Trying to save out Troll Warlord. Still has his battle trance to work with, but double kill for Crystallis. And Liquid are just dropping like flies. I mean, the only one to die for Secret was Puppy, who bought back. Nobody else feels like they took much damage.
Dude, I know I'm talking a lot about Nisha, but again, like, the damage of this fight is all Crystallis on that TA, but how much zoning can you do on one hero on that Puck? I think effectively he zoned 2 heroes, Zai ultied on top as well of him, and
Did he
didn't
die to the right click of TA?
Yeah, the TA right click flew all the way across, but
that's what I thought.
The fact of the matter is that Nisha was effectively making that fight like a 4v3 or a 4v2 just on his own by blocking off enemy heroes. So you're gonna see here, right? Puppy gets caught, and this looks like a bad start for Secret. Nice use of the halberd there from Ice is gonna slow things down. And then they kill Puppy, but in the backline, Nisha is now taking up Tiny, Venge, he's almost killing Snap, coiling all 3, and now getting out. So the fight was a 4-2.
Back to live, though. We had the Avatos, not leading to a kill, but Matu, he's going to get saved.
Now, this is dangerous territory now for Insania, potentially. Never mind, we'll back off. And okay, we've talked, you know, we like talking about subtleties in this game for some reason, but we've talked about the Breathe Fire, we've talked about the TA traps, and the Fire Shield as well. Right? It's all of these little things that Secret have that make the fight harder and harder and harder for Liquid. Now the Halberd on Dragon Knight, I don't think that one is a little thing. I think that's pretty major. Loving that choice from Ice. I think a lot of Dragon Knights in this situation just stick to, you know, the standard build, if you will. But this is
there's the coil. It's immediately going to be broken, but there's the cookie to try to buy some space. Solar guarding it as well. Is it enough? No. Matu is dead, but there comes the ult from Boxy doing a lot of damage. Ice is going to be the one to fall along with Puppy. but it looks like it's going to be at the cost of Mickey on that mid-tiny. So 2 cores dead for Liquid, and it looks like some supports will come to the grave as well. The swap just for fun. Well, I guess the damage mitigation that comes with it. Just to delay the inevitable, though. 2 for 3, and again, much higher value targets dying on the side of Liquid.
And things are going to get harder now that Nisha's almost 25. This is definitely... Oh, hang on. Oh, they don't have a cancel. So, Nisha's definitely going to get the BKB piercing coil here on 25. Rapid Fire is not synergistic with his item build right now. If you really want to go that route and consider it, you could think about Rapid Fire and then go damage, but that doesn't seem to be on the menu at all.
If he got the... Oh my god, what's the name of the item? The brooch. What's it called?
Revenant's Brooch?
If you got Revenant's Brooch, does that work with the
I actually don't know how that works.
I don't either. Nobody buys the item. Like if you had Deso, that would work, right? So
yeah.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
But Brooch gives you 5 attacks, right? So then you use 1 attack per target and then you're done?
Yeah, you're done.
Maybe. I'm actually not sure about that. It doesn't sound great.
It sounds hilarious. Whether it's great or not is, you know.
Yeah, he has the BKB Pierce now, which is very big this game. It means that Dawn can't get out with her BKB. We're operating with only 2 BKBs on the Dire so far. Tiny never got his. Like, haven't talked so much about Mickey, but he is not having a good game. He's poorer now than the off-lane Dragon Knight.
Oh, wow.
From Secret. After having a very good early game. Like, Mickey was dominating. He was making moves. He was finding a lot of picks once he got the dagger. And since then, things have really just slowed down, been punished by largely some of the bad matchups that they opted to pick this into Phoenix, which is worth keeping in mind. That was a risk they took, and I don't really think it's paid off. Generally considered one of Tiny's worst support matchups. The Phoenix, the Sunray's annoying, the Fire Spirits are annoying, and you don't break the egg very well. So
smokes on both sides. Roche is up, so
Nisha again
takes out most of the wave.
Spots the smoke as well. All 5 heroes broken, so this move will not be a surprise. Doesn't look like it was to begin with, to be fair, but now they will even see the heroes, and that's a go time for Secret.
Yep, into the pit they go. Chrysalis just looking for the solo double damage. It's going to be taken by Chrysalis, who pops the BKB as well. And there's the coil onto 2. The swap is there, though, to save the Tiny. Here comes the Solar Guardian as well. And Chrysalis is in a lot of trouble. He is dead. Right off the bat, will buy back, though, immediately. Zayat's on the cliff. See the Fireball doing a considerable amount of damage, but Ice is going to die inside his Dragon form. And Chrysalis has TP'd to the outpost. Now positions up, but there's Matu with the ult. There's the meld, though, keeping him safe. They don't have vision. Avalanche, they know he's in the area. And there's the Dragon Tail. Nice turnaround from Ice to take out that pesky Troll Warlord. Mickey is next on the list. This did cost quite a few buybacks from Secret. A couple, I believe. But it's still going to be a 1 fight for them and a second Roach in their favor. Jeez.
So many excellent plays there. Chrysalis blinking and taking that DD in front of Troll's nose and then immediately having to BKB and then getting punished for it immediately after. They piled on and they killed him off. Very good halberd usage, and they got a great multicast on the stun against Troll during his ult. So most of the ult from Matsu was spent standing still. He doesn't have any status resistance in his build. So you're going to see there. So Blink takes this. Instant BKB, and he had to actually, or I would have died. Yeah. Nice play here to break the coil and then immediately swap out the Tiny so they keep him safe for the time being, get the kill on Chrysalis. But honestly, the biggest decision maker in this entire fight is the fact that Secret have the outpost. They have the buyback potential to come back into this fight. If they don't have that outpost and it belongs to Liquid, we're looking at a very different end result. There, the meld, and then this multicast Troll just standing there doing nothing. And
Troll standing there doing nothing. I've heard that one before. Yep. That is his MO in general.
And now Secret, as a result of this, will get at least 1 lane of barracks now back in live. They're getting top. They're knocking on mid as well with Nisha doing some pretty substantial damage now as well. Picking up the Octarine core, so lower cooldowns on everything. Yep. He is definitely man of the match for this one. I think there's no debating that. He's had about as much impact as you possibly can on a puck in a game like this. Really impressive stuff from him.
11, 2, and 11. Yeah,
just outstanding. It's like you can take any individual stat in this game and look at it, and he just knocked it out of the park, right? He has amazing farm, amazing damage, amazing stun duration, heroes he's zoned out of fights, spell casting, damage taken without dying, like you name it. He's just been just a true star performance in this game from the puck. Very impressive.
And with that, Secret now have a 12K lead. The Aegis still available, obviously. Another 3 minutes, and Crystallis picked up that shard from Roche as well, so his traps will silence. Foxy wants to get this fight started. Looks like a Zai gonna get caught out by Nisha, but the scatter blast into the cookie. No follow-up though. Nisha
Get him killed.
Yep, he's gonna actually expend coil to take out Boxy, who does not have buyback.
Pretty short cooldown though. You know, you got that Octarine.
True.
The cooldown, what's it down to now? 56 seconds. Gonna get full heal here from the Sunray. The classic 3k HP puck actually benefits a lot from the Sunray.
Classic.
He almost has the same health as his Dragon Knight with the 400 health.
Dire's
That
turret
is true.
has been
pretty
Of course,
funny.
he is lacking in the armor comparatively, but
Didn't take the Strength Talent either on Ice Ice. He opted for the Elder Dragon Form attack range, which...
yeah, the fact that he was able to get,
Interesting.
like, didn't have to buy BKB until now, and it's a maxed out 9-second one.
Yeah.
This late into the game, when you have this big of a lead, just adds insult to injury if you're a Liquid fan. And Matu, I feel like this game is more about Troll and his deficiencies kind of being shown, which again, it just feels like, I mean, he's been farming pretty well all game, like really well, in fact. It's just, I feel like it's very little impact for this hero in general, because he can be kited so easily.
The game just gets... Against these heroes, it gets harder very fast, it feels like, right? Puck is a bad matchup that you can't really solve. The Phoenix is not a great matchup either. Yeah, you can hit the egg if you get to, but you need to get in the right position to begin with. The TA is kiting you quite a lot. The Dragon Knight is very tanky and buys Halberd. It's just that the problems just pile on, and even the Fire Shield has shown to be very effective here from Puppey as well in negating damage. You have it pre going into the fight, and then you recast it during the fight. Just a lot of damage mitigation over.
Dragon Tail, Fireball to follow. Matu does get saved. Is that going to be enough though? Very little HP. He is limping back to base. Has to pop his BKB just to not get hit by the trap. I mean, even just with that, Secret's still happy, honestly. Now you don't have a BKB on Troll.
But yeah.
Now they can try to go for a second pair of barracks. Nisha jumping in with that newly picked up overwhelming blink. Matu, and they know he doesn't have BKB.
Dire's middle
They
barracks.
might have to concede this second set of racks.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
And they will clean up top lane. No, maybe not. Okay, expecting a little cheeky blink from Nisha, but it is not to be. And again, Secret, if you're coming into this, they are 1-3 in this DPC, and they pretty much need to win out to have a chance to go to the major. Meanwhile, Liquid is it a 3 or a 4-way tie at 3-1?
3-1 4-way tie, yeah.
Yeah, so they're obviously in the mix, and this series is very important for them, but
Under attack.
they still have a slight cushion compared to the rest of the field.
I think most importantly for this game and just the series in general, it feels like Secret have stepped it up a bit, right? It doesn't feel like, to me, like Liquid have taken it down a notch. I have my criticism about game one. I think they could have squeezed a lot more out of the map when they were ahead, but, you know, for the most part, what made this series a Secret's favor was not underperformance on Liquid's side. I just think Secret played very well today, especially Nisha really stand out. I've mentioned that enough now to talk about something else. But yeah, it inspires some hope that Secret isn't out of it just yet, right? Because a lot of fans were starting to, you know, question, okay, are we even going to see Secret at TI? Can they make it to a major again? It hasn't been looking good lately. I think with a series like this, there is real hope that you can get that top 4 still. I think at this level of play, they could win out.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in their next match, because I believe Tsunami was talking about this is the last game that they can play with a stand-in.
That is correct, yeah.
Unless Valve gives, you know, some exception, which I think has happened before.
Yeah, it has.
So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, we'd love to see Yapsor play again for this season, because he's been on Secret for it feels like he and Puppey have been together for
since
3-4 years. Yeah, it's been really long.
Or 2017, 16 or 17.
Is it 6? That's 6 years, really? 6 years? That doesn't sound right.
I remember the poaching like it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The old, wait, what was your team name again?
Escape.
Escape, yeah, he really escaped your leadership.
He really did.
And your team in general.
And look at him now. Now he's not playing.
That's true. He's not playing right now, but he has had a legendary career since escaping your team.
Wow, that's a really good spin on that. Thank you so much, Shannon.
I just wanted to say that again in case people missed the first joke.
Yeah. I'm sure the cadence with which you said escaped did not.
23k lead for Secret as they looking to finish off Liquid in a 2-0 sweep, which I don't think anybody's really expecting based on how Secret have played this season. I mean, they haven't really played that bad, though. Like, none of the games have been complete mega stomps that they've lost, but they have been losing consistently. Puppy, have a toss, and he is still quite healthy. There's the turn on. Ice jumps in, gets the Dragon Tail. You can see the BKB now by Mickey to try and reset, but this is more of a defensive measure. As Matu's forced to BKB, he has his Battle Trance available. And the Solar Guardian basically on nothing. So you can see Liquid just scrambling, and they are just getting picked apart. Matu does get off his ult, but it's really to no avail. Typical Troll Warlord ult, if I've ever seen one.
Wait, how long does that spell last? 6.5 seconds. He literally didn't hit. He just stood there. He was stunned, disarmed, and then stunned again, and then he died.
That is Troll Warlord's life
a single time.
in a nutshell. As Ice continuing to pack on the heat here on the tier 4 towers. Matu does have buyback, so they could go for a 3v5 defense. Will likely still end this game in a victory for Secret. First tier 4 is down, and you can see Mickey jumps in. There's the buyback onto Matu. Nisha trying to create as much space as possible. Boxy is just dead. Cannot get off anything. And there's the waning rift onto 2 now as Nisha has just dominated this game from beginning to end as GG's come out, and Secret looking extremely good today.
Yeah, they've got to feel happy about that. Obviously, they know that there's still a tough road ahead of them, but I think they just really needed